Danielle, thank you so much for joining us on the Norfolk Currents podcast.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
We're so excited. So we're here today in Kitch. Tell us a little bit about, for those people who are listening in and can't see like the beauty around us, where are we? What is this?
We are in Kitch. We are a store on Colley Avenue. Everything in the store is handmade. So we have, everything. There's so many artists in the world. So we have lots and lots of jewelry. We have some food items like hot sauce. I'm looking around to remind myself. We have plants and art prints and tea towels and tote bags and really anything you can think of, but everything is handmade by artists. So that's what makes us a little different.
That's incredible. How do the artists find you? And like, what is that kind of, I don't know, coming together like?
Right. We have an online application. So sometimes people just can find us on our website and they fill out an application, they send photos, and we decide, if they're right for the store or not. Lots of people through Instagram just message us.
Yep.
And sometimes we have people just walk right in.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of word of mouth too. We'll have somebody say, somebody saw my art and said we should go to Kitch. So
yep.
Yeah, all different ways.
Awesome. So it sounds like you're kind of curating everything. And I know you have a business partner too, Christine, who's not with us here today, but shout out to Christine. Can you tell us a little bit about like how, I know you acquired, is that the right term?
Yeah.
Acquired the store. You're a business entrepreneur.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey to like business ownership here?
Yeah. So the store actually began 10 years, actually longer now, 11 years ago by 5 Virginia artists who wanted to kind of take Etsy, but have a place where you could go instead of a website. So they started it and they were wonderful. And they had a little storefront on Shirley Avenue. And I think just after a couple of years, they moved on to different things. So they sold the store to us. I come from a family of business owners. So it was always a thought in my head to maybe own a business. And I heard it was for sale and thought, why not? It sounded like a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's how we took it over.
That's awesome. Is art and like bringing local artists like more into the community and kind of creating that place for commerce something that's important to you or like aligned with?
Yeah, I think it's important. I have a theater background.
You do?
I do.
Please tell us more.
Not acting. I went to college, Ithaca College for theater, stage management. I've always worked with designers and people like that. After college, I worked at a theater in Red Bank, New Jersey for a lot of years, pretty much until I got pregnant. And we moved here for my husband's job.
Yeah.
And then I just thought it was great. It's a place where you can get the same quality of item, not wholesaled from another country, helping local artists, helping, some of our artists, this is their part-time job, some of them full-time job. And it's nice to know that you can get something wonderful, very well priced locally.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love that story. I had no idea you had a theater background.
Yeah.
There's something here, like especially with artists, because it's the production side of things and like kind of doing the back end, but then allowing artists to be in their in their zone of genius, right?
Yes, I was never an artist. Honestly, people ask, do you make anything in here? I do not. But my whole career has been helping artists, helping on stage, getting the production done. So it kind of all makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Do you what has it been as far as like building community? Is that something that sticks out here? Like, do you have people who come back all of the time?
Yes.
Do you have new faces? Like, how does it?
Yes. I mean, part of the reason we got through the pandemic was people coming, our set customers who shopped on Instagram and, we would set up times to come pick up their item or ship. Definitely have a following. When we moved from Shirley Ave to Colley Ave, we got a lot of new customers, which is great, but people have followed us for years. And artists, I mean, there's so many art markets now, but we chat with everybody, we meet with everybody. We do have a community of not just clients, but the artists as well.
Yeah.
We know, a lot of our artists are from the local area too. And so we're almost like friends.
Yeah, I love that. Almost
like friends. I mean, we are.
It's like
we're not like texting every day, but when we come in, we can chat and stuff.
I love that. It's totally friendly. And like there is it's very nice to work with someone that like is friendly and like gets you in what you're doing. And like,
and it's been great. I mean, Christine and I our kids are both in Norfolk Public Schools. We help support the schools.
Yep.
The parents and the teachers come here too. It's nice to do all that.
I was going to ask about that too. And just like, if you're open to talking about a little bit, like being a business owner and a mom and you're involved with like PTA and like
PTA president for one more year.
One more year. And how many years is this? You've done it like.
I was vice president for 2 years. Okay. I was on the board for another year and now 2 years as president.
That's
Yeah.
You blow me away.
I will never leave Taylor Elementary. Even when they all graduate, I'll still be there somehow.
How has that been in terms of like, is it interesting, like your kids, I imagine, are like in the business sometimes and like they get to see behind the scenes?
Yes, I did. The boys last summer came in and helped me clean out the closet, and they were like employees for a day, and we cleaned up and straightened. They come in and help decorate for the holidays. Raina sometimes is behind the counter. She loves to help. But it's been really nice. You know, one of our employees this summer is a college student who is the daughter of a friend that we made at Taylor. Her sister is a year older than Raina. She came in the other day and stamped boxes and got paid with earrings.
I love that.
She picked out, you know, she's 8. She picked earrings. A lot of parents over at Taylor, I think, don't realize I own Kitch, but then they'll come in and see me and I know them and we can talk. And so it's nice. It's nice being involved.
That's awesome.
Everywhere. Little exhausting sometimes.
Well, that's, How do you do it all?
You know, I don't know. I don't feel like I do sometimes. I do the best I can, you know.
Yes.
You just do the best you can. And it's nice to have a business partner. It's nice that we have some employees, so I am able to say, oh, I know field day is coming up and I don't have to be here on that day, you know.
For sure.
So yeah, we make sure that, Christine and I both make sure that we can be at the things for our kids that are really important and not miss those things. And then also be here. And I do, you know, I make sure I take a lot of pictures at the store so I can do the social media when I'm not here and work those things out.
Sounds like a lot of operational, like, okay, how do we make this the most efficient as possible?
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely days where I'm like, oh, I didn't take enough pictures. There's going to be 2 days without an Instagram. And I'll just go onto our artist pages and share stories. And that's great too. And that helps them. And, you know, there's days like that though. It's like, oh, I forgot.
Sometimes we can't do it all.
Sometimes we can't do it all, and that's okay.
Awesome. As far as, so having a business partnership can have highs, lows, all different things. Like, do you have any, I'm assuming here that it's going well since you've been in business for a while. And when you talk about her, it's all very positive. But like, do you have any tips or just kind of insight around choosing someone like to work with in that way?
Yeah. I mean, so Christine and I met when her youngest child and my oldest were in kindergarten together and became friends. And she was always very involved with the PTA. I mean, she still is involved in the PTA. Her kids are all older. So she's involved at Blair and Morey more now. So we were friends for, I mean, years. Because, for years before doing this. And when I was vice president of the PTA, she was president. And so we had already done that together. And I'm pretty sure our first year at Kitch might have overlapped with our last year of doing that for the PTA. So I don't know. I feel like we already knew how to work together and how to figure that out. And we had been friends. And again, doing the PTA, you kind of learn how to work with people, you know, and I think just being honest with each other about, you know, if something is going wrong or we don't want to do this or all of that stuff.
The like open lines of communication and like rather than, pretending everything's okay, just having a report where you can actually be like, here's what's happening and here's what I'm available for.
And I mean, I think overall I don't even remember, you know, we've never really had a moment where it's been bad or we've had to have a fight about something. So it's been able to work out.
As far as like navigating COVID, we're kind of like perhaps on the other side now, according to the numbers. What was that like running a small business during COVID and like how are things now?
I mean, I will say that we were really, really lucky. We were never in a fear of closing, never had to worry about that. Our landlords were really great. And it was, you know, I think scary like that for everybody. Figuring out, should we close? Should we not close? When to close? And then everybody closed. When to reopen? How to reopen? So, I mean, all of that, you know, I think just figuring out what felt best for us, not always doing what other stores were doing or what other people were doing. Again, having customers that shopped with us no matter what. I think we fully closed for, I think it was March to June. And then in June, we reopened for not our full hours. We opened a little bit and then slowly more and more. You know, we never had a problem. We never had a problem with masks or people fighting us. It was, I mean, I hate to say that it was easy, but I know that there were people who went through worse than we did.
Right.
So I can't complain. I appreciate the support of everybody. And even when we reopened, I mean, people came right back. I mean, that first Christmas was our largest Christmas at the time. So, you know.
It sounds like you're loved by the community. And like when you can come in, one of the unique things I think about Kitch and like coming here I always, when I like need a gift, it's one of the places that I think of like, ooh, unique and fun, and like potentially even like with the local kind of piece of the puzzle where if someone's coming to visit, I like to have something for them.
Yeah.
And like then they get to leave with a piece that's like really from here and like touches.
Yeah. Been really great for, we're such a military area and college graduations and things. You can like, everybody comes in and takes a piece of Norfolk with them.
Yeah. That's an incredible thing. So you mentioned before that you ended up in Norfolk because of your husband's job.
Yes.
And then you've obviously like doubled, tripled, quadrupled down in Norfolk.
Yes. Oh my God. We moved here and it was like, we'll be here for 3 to 5 years and then go back to New Jersey. And then it was like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I guess we're staying.
Yep. Is that military related?
Yeah. He works for the government. He's not military, but government employee.
Got it.
And I guess it just ended up being the better fit. Yeah. I mean, it just, I can't even pinpoint. There's so many reasons. I do miss the Northeast. There's so many reasons to go back. My whole family is still there. We went to high school together. My husband and I. Yes. So both of our families are one town apart on the Jersey Shore. So when we go visit, we see everybody, which is easy. It's a much, it's more expensive to live up there. That's a piece of it. But we also just kind of built, Luke, my oldest, was born in New Jersey, but then my 2 other children were born here. It's all they know.
Yeah.
West Kent is, beyond a wonderful neighborhood. I can ask for anything better. Both the older kids are at the Mallory right now. They can just bike over there with their friends, be there all day. It's just such a great spot. 2 out of 3 kids walk to school.
Yep.
It's just all those little things. You just suddenly you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. This is cool. This is great.
It is.
Why leave?
Yep. I have a very similar story. Came here, ended up here for military and my ex-husband, and I've been here ever since. And I'm like, 10 years in, I think I live here now.
Yeah.
Like, I think this
is... like, wait, do I start calling this home? Is New Jersey even still, like, am I going home? Am I coming home?
Yeah.
You don't realize. Sometimes it sounds so, sometimes I feel all like, oh, I'm being meta right now or something. But sometimes I walk around West Kent and I'm like, this is really nice. This is a beautiful neighborhood. This is a great place to be. There's 7 kids on bikes riding past me and I know all of them. Yeah. And,
Yes.
Yeah. So it's nice.
It's really cool. I think you, particularly between like business and then showing up like in school places of the puzzle, like have really made this where everyone knows you too.
Yeah.
You're a like pillar of the community and always there like with a helping hand and knowing things. It's really cool.
And it's nice. It's nice that friends of ours, their kids, like, oh, I need it. They go to Blair and they realize they forgot something and they run over here so that we can contact their mom for them. And okay, wait, I can help you with that.
Yeah.
And I can send my son out into the neighborhood and know that there's a lot of people who are watching almost, and everybody's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's nice.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for A, sharing your story, B, for like bringing this and keeping Kitch open to supporting artists and making it more and more accessible for all of us to support artists.
Yeah.
I think is a really cool thing. And for all your work in the community.
Oh,
we appreciate you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Is there anything we can do aside from shopping here to support you and Kitch?
I think it's just supporting local in general. I think supporting us means also supporting the other businesses on Collie and the restaurants and everywhere. I was saying before we started that there was a point where there was a lot of stores closed on Collie and it was sad. It was who's going to move in. I hope it'll do, I hope they'll all do well. Thankfully now more people have moved in and it's been nice. The farmers market is every other Friday across the street. I think in supporting all of that, you're also supporting us because that's what it means to be local.
Love that.